Hi everyone, I'm Liz Boccolini, and today we're going to be taking a look at Chai. Chai is from Steeped Games and it's for 2 to 5 players. And in this game, you and your opponents each own your own tea shop or tea house, and you are trying to fulfill customers' orders with different tea leaves and add-in ingredients. And those customers will give you victory points for fulfilling their orders, and then whoever has the most victory points at the end wins. So let's go to the table and see how to play. So setup for Chai here, you can see it's kind of a lot, so just make sure you have room for everything. This is set up for 3 players, so I'm going to be the mint tea, the green, and you can see I have my board, and then I have 6 of my mint tea leaves. These are the base tea tokens. You need these to match the leaf on the customer card that you want to fulfill. Otherwise, I have 12 spaces for any of these tiles in the market, and then I've got 6 spaces down here for any of these items from the pantry. So on my turn, I can choose one action. So I can visit the market. It says receive gold 3 and spend at least 1. Take 3 items from the pantry, and I can reset the pantry if I want. I can reserve 1 customer and use 1 ability. And then at the end of whatever action I take, I can fulfill an order. So I'll just go through and explain each action. Visiting the market. So I'm going to start with a coin, and everyone else will start with 2 because I'm the starting player. And I will take 3. So like the card says, I have to spend at least 1, but I can also make multiple purchases. So I have 3, and let's say I want to buy this flower for 1. I'll spend 1, and then I'll put that there. If there are tiles that are touching, so let's say instead of that, I wanted to buy these lemons. If tiles are touching vertically or horizontally or any of that, just not diagonally, I will spend the amount where the tile furthest to the right is. So this lemon's worth 1 and this is worth 2. I'm taking both. So they both just cost 2 overall, right? So I'll spend 2 and I'll get these 2 lemons, right? Not this one because it was diagonal, and obviously not that one. It's not touching any other ones. And I'll put them here. If I want to make another purchase, I can do that. I just slide the tiles to the left. So some of them have a new price now. And then, you know, I could buy anything worth 1 because I have 1 coin left, or not. When I'm done with the market, I am going to just refill from the bag and then slide them in like so. And then it's the next person's turn. If I want to go to the pantry is going to start out with 1 of each item. There are 5 items. After you refill, it's random. So I can take 3 from the pantry. So let's just say I'm going to take honey, I'm going to take sugar, and then I'm going to take milk. And that's my turn. I'm going to refill this. The other thing I can do with the pantry is I can blindly choose from the bag, and I can do that in combination with getting the visible items. So, oh, look at that. It worked out to be 1 of each again. But let's say I want these 2 because I don't have them, right? These 2 brown ones, but then I want to draw blindly from the bag and see if I get maybe another one of these. I can do that as well. Finally, I can reserve a customer and use an ability. So let's say I want to reserve this customer. I'm going to put her over here somewhere, and then I can use an ability. So the ability cards are all the way over here. So they all have pictures on them, and they are in the rule book as to what they are. But if I fulfill a customer on this turn, I get 3 coins as a tip or a reward if I do this one. But I don't have to fulfill on that turn. I can just reserve the customer and keep them. Everybody also gets one of their color, like in reserve in the beginning. I don't think you have to fulfill them. It doesn't really say in the rule book, so I just play that you don't have to, but this is solely yours. They're never in the stack or the customer pool over here, so nobody else can fulfill it. It's just yours. So those are the 3 actions. Let's say after all of that, I am going to fulfill an order. Let's say I do have enough to fulfill her. These are all the things she takes, right? So she needs a honey, 2 gingers, and 4 lemons to make her tea, and she's worth 15 victory points if I fulfill her order. What I'm going to do is take all the ingredients, so again, pretending that I have all of them, and then I'm going to take 1 of my base tea tokens, because she takes green tea, and I'm the green tea tea shop minder. And I'm going to choose one of these jars to put them in. It doesn't matter which jar. I'm just going to pick one, dump the ingredients in, and then I'm going to get a tip. So I'm going to flip this over. Oh, and I got 2 coins as a tip. I'm going to leave that face up in front of the jar so people know that the jar's already been filled. If I were going to fulfill, so let's say it wasn't her, if I were going to fulfill an order with a different color tea token, so let's say I'm doing Gandalf / Dumbledore, whichever one he's supposed to be, I can do that, but I have to pay the person playing the white tea shopminder 1 coin and then take one of their base tea tokens. You can't block this or anything. So if I want that, I'm paying this person 1 coin. They're giving me a white tea token, and then I'm putting all the ingredients in a jar and getting a tip. So you don't put any cards out that aren't of a color that someone is playing. And then if a color token runs out, so let's say everybody did fulfilled green, there's 6 of each type, so there were 6 green customer order fulfillments, all the rest of the green cards will get taken out, and there's no more green orders to fulfill. And then when each jar is full, so everybody filled them, got their tips, the round is over, and we've got this round tracker that's a thermometer. There's Fahrenheit, there's Celsius. I'm just going to move the little thing up 1, and then you reset these jars. You keep them full, or you keep the stuff in them, but you'll take new tip tokens. You'll also cover one of the ability cards with a new card. So now I can, where am I? Here we go. Now I can trade wild tile, market tile that I have to get 2 coins. That's an available option now. There's also a version they call organic that you don't have to do the ability cards at all. You can still reserve a customer, still do every other action. There's just no ability cards. So if you don't like that, you can definitely play without it. After 5 rounds, so the thermometer will be all the way up, the game ends, and then you will count your victory points for all of the orders you fulfilled. Whoever has the most victory points wins. There's also a it's called Diversity, like TEA award, and that's for 3 to 5 players. Whoever has the biggest variety in the color. So if I have all 3 colors, white, red, and green fulfilled, that's the max. Somebody else just might have white and green. You'll get extra for that. And if you have any leftover money at the end, you'll add that to your score. So let's say my score was 40, and then I had 2 coins left over, it'd be 42. So that is how to play chai. Let's go back and talk about the components and final thoughts. For the components, they're great. The jar that you put the tip or the ingredients in to get the tip is really cool. It's got a cool design. It's sturdy. It's made of nice material. I like it. The tea leaves, the wooden base tea leaves, are really cool. They're all different shapes. So, you know, they could have just done cubes, but they went for the tea leaf shape, and I think it's awesome, and it just adds to the game. The market tiles, again, awesome. They fit in this board with this recess, which I like, and I like that you can slide them easily because you have to do that slide to the left action before you refill if you go to the market. So again, just something that makes the play easier and enjoyable. Cards, art, awesome. Every customer is unique, which I love. Love the art style of the effort that they put into making everybody unique. Even the little rounds tracker that's a thermometer just obviously adds to the theme and is awesome. The art on the box itself, love the font, the colors. I think it all just integrates really well to bring the theme to life. The two soft negatives I have, I wish I had the metal coins. The cardboard is not bad. I think I'm just biased because the first time I ever played this, it was someone else's copy and they had the metal coins, and they just feel good, right? They're heavy, but the cardboard is fine. It's not bad at all. The other thing is just overall, I don't find myself using the ability cards a ton. That might change in the future. I don't know. I kind of forget they're there, and they do have the organic play style where you can just remove them, and I don't think that really even changes the game too much unless you are a big ability card person. I think you can take them out and have the same experience. And lastly, the rule book at first was a bit confusing. Now that I've played the game several times, it's fine. Now I basically just use it to look up like what the ability cards mean, but I know that was a concern for a lot of people, so I think that they either released a new version of the rule book, at least. If you go on the Board Game Geek page for the game, a lot of people have either contributed like in the forum or uploaded supplemental documents that explain different things. So I know I've been on there. If I've been confused about something, it's usually explained. There are a lot of contributions there. It's just the extra effort to go look it up, but again, it's not a huge deal. Overall, I really like this. It's fun to play. Everybody seems to enjoy playing it. It's just a very welcoming looking game. So overall, I'm giving this a 7.5 out of 10. Again, that's Shy. I'm Liz Boccolini. Thank you for watching.